Okay, this is a video to show a problem we're having with some mini circuits versions of the HFS synthesizers. Right there is the schematic we're referencing when I'm talking about clock data latch. Right here, clock data and latch, and the AVCC pins, which are both controlled. And I know this looks funny on video, but the people this is for have the schematic. Okay, and this is the software we're using. This is the GUI. We switch from one synthesizer to the other as I jump from 70 to 60 and back. So this is the L band, and that is the S band. Okay, that triggers a line called VCO on, although on this card it's just called VCO. Okay, that's the mini circuits parts, and they are installed. Now, you'll note I have this red wire up here. That is both the AVCC lines, and I've got them tied together so that neither part is ever shut off at this point. And I'm monitoring clock and data, and I'm just triggering off clock because we know it's not relative to switch time. And you can see when I did a sample and hold how beautiful that clock looks. So if I do another capture going from 70 to 60, which in the past had been non-tuning, one, you notice this tuned beautifully. Two, you notice the clock and the data look absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's put it back as it normally is, and as does work in the HFS part from EM Research. Okay. And we are going to do a single sequence. I am going to click up to 1870. Notice the funny shape we get on the clock line here. This ripple here is what's causing us trouble. So now that we're here, let me go back to single sweep. We're going to go from the 1870 down to 1860. When we do that, not only do we get that funny look, you'll note we did not tune. So if I come down, and that was during our cross, now that we're in that band, I tuned and that's fine. So whatever is causing this, when I switch off one of them, so there's probably a voltage associated somewhere with the input buffering, we're losing probably the first 2 clock cycles, and then when the latch comes and pushes them through, that first signal is bad, and then the next stretch is, I don't think I captured very much. Anyway, let's do a recapture. Let me go back up to 70, single sequence, come down. Okay, as you're looking at that, and you'll notice it bounces quite a bit. So something strange is happening because the one synthesizer is powered down on AVCC, but not on DVCC. I believe that is where this problem is coming in, and I think we're losing a bit. You know, this should tune, but I think as we're switching from band to band, we're losing that first bit, maybe even the second clock cycle. So we're not shifting that low in. So, and I don't remember if this is the R and this is the N, or well, yeah, it must be. But that's our problem right there. That's what it looks like. And if I put this synthesizer back in, which is the other two, and put the wires back on and everything, it works perfectly no matter which one is on and which one is off. So it has something to do with the control logic coming in for the programming, and some way that it's associated with AVCC instead of DVCC, and that causes this weird loading and bounce. Okay, like I said, now if I tie both synthesizers on again, which is easier said than done with one hand, it turns out. Let me do that again. Sorry for the white balance. I have it so that there's no flash. Okay, so now let's single sequence it. So nobody gets turned off this time. Look how beautiful that looks. So that's the direction we're in. There's not a timing issue. It's not some funky capacitive load. Well, I mean, it could be capacitive. It's not some weird thing. You guys have got it timed right. It all works. The problem is when we have them in circuit, and the AVCC is turned off on one of them, it's doing something funny to the clock and data lines, particularly when we do our transition. And that's what we've got to work on. And that's just the GUI.